All right, so which market is performing better right now? McKinney Greens, the 75069 zip code, or McKinney overall? We're going to do a quick look at all three of those, and the answer might actually surprise you. And if you live in McKinney Greens, this is a quick breakdown of what's happening year over year in the neighborhood and how it compares to the overall market. So let's start by looking at what's happening in McKinney Greens specifically. So from September 24 through February 25, we had 6 homes that sold in the neighborhood. And then from September 25 through February of this year, we only had 3 homes that sold. So that's a 50% drop in activity. Now, in smaller neighborhoods like this, when there's only a few sales available, the numbers can swing quite a bit year over year. So it's important to actually look at the broader trends rather than just the numbers. Now, price-wise, the numbers actually moved higher. The average sales price went from $449 up to $492, which is roughly a 9.5% increase. Median sales price also jumped. One big reason for that is that the homes that sold recently were much larger, about 2,680 square feet versus 2,080 square feet from the year before. The biggest shift we're seeing in McKinney Greens right now is how long homes are taking to sell. Last year, the average days on market was about 58 days, and that jumped to 155 days recently, which is a pretty significant increase. The sales to list price ratio also slipped a little bit. Last year, we were at 99.5, and now we're down to about 98.3, meaning that buyers are negotiating a little bit more. So let's zoom out a little bit and look at the zip code 75069 overall. So from September 24 through February 25, 269 homes sold in that zip code. And that number rose to 339 homes sold between September 25 and February 26, which is about a 26% increase in houses sold. At the same time, prices across the zip code came down noticeably. We went from $599 average sales price to $508. The median sales price also dropped from $430 to $377. However, days on market actually improved a little bit, going from 76 days to just 71 here recently. And then when we zoom out even farther and look at McKinney as a whole, we see a similar trend. The median sales price in February 26 was about $468, which was a 6% decrease over the last 6 months. At the same time, sales increased by about 11.7%, showing that buyers are still active in the market, and the days on market in February was 50 days, which is up 28% from 6 months ago. And homes are selling around 93.8% of their list price, which is slightly lower than before. So the big takeaway is McKinney Greens had fewer sales this past year, but the homes that did sell were larger and sold at a higher price. At the same time, just like the rest of McKinney, the market is moving a little slower and buyers are being more selective. So if you live in McKinney Greens and you're curious what your specific home might sell for in today's market, I'm always happy to run a quick home value estimate over and review those numbers with you. As always, I'm glad to be a resource at any time, not just with real estate, but if you ever need a vendor or painter, plumber, electrician, anything like that, we have a lot of good contractors that we worked with in the past. So feel free to reach out. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if there's ever anything I can do to help. Have a good one.